Okay, everybody, good afternoon on this chill Sunday. Not a lot going on in the world of the Seattle Seahawks. Not really a lot going on in the world of NFL football, I feel like. So let's talk about something a little bit more low key. Let's talk about something a little bit more long term. But let's talk about something that is nevertheless cool, encouraging, and I would say certainly positive. This video is sponsored by Prize Picks. So this was very early this morning, so there's a pretty good chance that if you are plugged into the Seattle Seahawks online world, you've already seen it. But I want to talk about this anyway, and I think it's pretty obvious why this is such a good thing to see. But let's get into it a little bit here. So earlier, well, actually, I guess you would say yesterday, somebody tweeted at incoming Seahawks owner Vinod Khosla, and I know he doesn't technically have it on ice yet, but he's going to be the next owner of the Seahawks, or at the very least, the part of the ownership group. Vinod Khosla talking about how it would be really nice and really cool if Lumen Field got grass instead of the turf, if they actually went to a natural grass field. And this person tweeted at Vinod Khosla. Don't know if they were expecting to get a reply, but they did. Vinod Khosla on X actually replied to the tweet. And what he said was encouraging for a couple of different reasons. I defer to people at the Seahawks who know better than me, the team that got us the Super Bowl. So, first of all, I think that's great because it sure seems like, and I will grant you that there could be other considerations at play here, grass is better than turf for football. At the very least, the players seem to think so. Remember, I made a video a few weeks ago talking about how Julian Love thought grass was better than turf. Leonard Williams and Cooper Kupp echoed that sentiment about 2 weeks ago. So those are three of your better players, or at least three of your most notable players, saying basically the same thing. And we know that a vast majority of NFL players prefer grass to turf. It's like almost 90%. So the players like it, and there's a lot of reason to believe that it reduces injuries and keeps things a little bit cleaner for the players when they're trying to make moves in the open field, when they're going through, like, for instance, a complex route. It reduces the odds that the ground is going to not give properly and force them to suffer a severe injury. Because that's what we're talking about here, the ACL tears, the ligament tears. It is believed that it is better. Now, again, I know that there are some people out there who might push back on the sentiment and say, well, turf is actually better because of X, Y, and Z. But the players feel pretty confident that it's better, and studies have been done that indicate it dramatically reduces serious injury. So if those things are true, and I know that there are some people who might push back on it, but if that sentiment is correct, the only reason why you wouldn't want to go to grass is because it takes money and effort to maintain that turf does not. So if we take Vinod Khosla at his word here on X with this tweet, which, I mean, why not? At least for now, he's not bothered by that part of it. His only consideration is what is better. And he's going to allow the people in front of him that now work for him when he officially takes control of the team to make that decision. All right, guys, let's take a quick break here to talk a little bit about Prize Picks, currently the #1 sports pick app in America. The app is very easy to use. Check it out to my left here. You can do player picks, where you just pick more or less on a few player stats and lock in your lineup. Or you can pick teams, where you pick winners, spread, or total on any game or fight. The app is available in most states, including California, Texas, and Florida. Right now, they have a great offer. You can play your first $5 lineup and get $150 in lineups if you win. All you have to do is use code HMA when you sign up. It's a brand new offer, best time possible to get on the app. So get on over there and get to winning that first lineup. So remember, Prize Picks, code HMA. Download the app today, and remember to always gamble responsibly. So that's good on a couple of different levels here because, like I've said before, we don't know what kind of owner Vinod Khosla is going to be yet, and we're not going to know until he actually is the owner. And by the way, I know that on paper, technically, the his wife is going to be the owner, but we know that Vinod is going to have a pretty big role, and he's going to be, in some capacities, probably the face of owning the team, or at least one of the major faces, along with his wife and his son, actually. So all three of those individuals should be a significant player here. So to hear this from him, number one, it indicates that his focus is on what is best for the team rather than money. And if it takes more money and more effort to maintain a grass field, he is willing to accommodate that as long as it's better for the team. So that's the number one thing that is cool to take away from this right here. But beyond that, it's also there's this other side to it where you have the consideration that we've got an owner, incoming owner here, or at least one of the major players in the ownership group, who understands that there are people he can defer to who know better than him and are going to make the right decisions more often than he will when it comes to matters of football. And that's the kind of owner that you want. And I was pretty confident that Khosla was not going to come in here and be some Jerry Jones type who thought that he knew football better than the people who had lived and breathed football for decades. But you read something like this, and it's encouraging, right? It makes you feel even a little bit more comfortable. It makes you feel like you're in good hands. So this was great. This was a great thing to see. And also the fact that he took the time to reply to a random tweet on the internet, right? Like this original tweet that was replying to the Seahawks official account and the Lumen Field official account probably was not seriously expecting a reply from Vinod Khosla, but he went out of his way to do it, or at the very least, I guess I don't know, his secretary did it. I don't know. I don't know if Vinod Khosla personally runs his own X account. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. But either way, I think this is a really good sign. And to those of you out there who were afraid that maybe this would be the wrong kind of owner, maybe this would be a lame duck owner, an uninvolved owner, or maybe an overly involved owner, I'm not saying it can't happen, but I am saying this is great news. This is a really good indicator. So, pretty happy about that. I know that words are cheap. I understand that we need to see what actually happens when the season starts and he's taken over ownership and he gets the opportunity to show what kind of owner he's going to be. But I'd rather see stuff like this than just about anything else. So, look, we can't get grass right now because the season's just about to start, but next season, man, if we can get a grass field in here and we think it'll be better and we think we can maintain it properly, sign me up for that because I think the players would appreciate that. I think it would be easier to get free agents in here. I think players would be more excited about playing home games in Lumen Field than they already are. And I think it would be a cooler experience. So, to the people out there who know better than Vinod Khosla, who work for the Seahawks, who did get us the Super Bowl this most recent season, figure it out and present your proposal. And it sounds like he's open for consideration. All right, I'll see you guys later. Go Hawks. Let me know what you guys think. Maybe another video later, but again, today's very chill, so time will tell. All right, go Hawks.